Unlikely Vaush will do any more debates unless it deals with fashion. Dog, the Mehdi Hassan Jubilee, also Hassan talking to the Nelk boy, shit like this makes me think like, holy shit, it was so correct of me to detach my identity from the performative, always online debate bro stuff. Oh my God. Like, I like, at the end of the day, and I can frame it as much as like a moral or a content thing, as, you know, because I do think it's boring and exhausting. And I think that when I'm detached from it emotionally, it's not that interesting to me. It just doesn't like resonate with me as well. But at the end of the day, the real reason is just I find that exhausting. It would make me unhappy, you know? Sheesh. It would just make just getting involved in that, you know? Saw this while taking a dump this morning. Awful way to start the day. Thank you for the information. Pro-Nazi, anti-Semitic circle jerk live streamed. Oh, isn't this the Fresh and Fit podcast? They've been Nazi for a long time. Not to say that like takes the sting away or anything, but that's been the case for a while. Do you see Socialist or Socialism MMA? I don't remember if it's Socialist MMA or Socialism MMA. I don't remember what the name is, but did like some unhinged anti-Semitism isn't real, I hate these people type Twitter thread. He's a moron, man. He is a moron. I think in this case, the real issue is that he's far right and anti-Semitic. But, you know, I think he literally said, I hate these people and their stupid hats, their stupid little hats or something like that, which I don't really think that can come from a principled anti-Zionism. Yeah, anti-Semitism is not real. I'm not religious. The idea that I have to accept your goofy Jewish stories about you being God's chosen people and accept the existence of your apartheid state is absurd. Fuck you. These statements don't really correspond. Anti-Semitism is not real. I'm not religious. Doesn't really have anything to do with the follow-up. Unless you're Jewish, I don't really think anyone believes Jews are the chosen people. I guess Christians do, right? Because there's like an Abrahamic overlap with the evangelicals, but doesn't really have much to do with anything. Oh yeah, there. Fuck you and your stupid tiny hats. And then you get the YouTube plug. Yeah. Wasn't he the one who told me that Joe Biden's a fascist? Was it him? It was years and years ago. So he's a tanky. I mean, I think he's always been on the right. Anyway. No, I think the average tanky probably wouldn't say anti-Semitism isn't real. I mean, I understand that it's an extremely broad category, but I really don't think the average, you know, tanky would say that. You plan on doing any debates soon? Those were some of my favorites to watch. Probably not, honestly. It's just, it's two things. For one, utility, but also like the environment right now where the people I want to disagree with is so blighted, so anti-intellectual, that I don't find the debates entertaining at all. And if I don't find them entertaining, I won't engage in them. Because at the end of the day, my ability to meaningfully like, I enjoy streams, right? So the streams, I think, for the most part, are good. I like the streams. But if the debates are all these interminable slogs, I mean, they're just like the misery. Like, no one believes in anything. You're talking to a brick wall. Everyone's so performatively bad faith. Not even bad faith, like, incidentally, but like they're trying to be as a show of force or something. It's just, I don't find it entertaining to engage in. I don't think it's very fun. And also, like, I don't think it's very effective at doing what I want to do. I think I do a good job making my points, you know? Do you have any opinion on the dark fantasy / sword and sorcery genre in films and TV? I've been binge watching a couple of 80s movies like Conan and Beastmaster. I haven't really engaged with it that much, to be honest with you. Dark fantasy? I've always liked sort of high fantasy stuff more, like Lord of the Rings type stuff, but I probably haven't engaged with enough of it to really have a strong opinion. You know? Berserk is dark fantasy. Berserk is dark fantasy. That's true. That's true. Though it's been leaning more towards high fantasy with time, but yeah. What matters most to me, I think, in terms of my fantasy, is I want the writer to take the world seriously. I want it to feel like, I want the world that's being built to feel like it could exist in the rules that the universe has set up, right? That's very, very important to me. And sometimes it doesn't pan, sometimes it does. But yeah, you do have to be grounded in your own principles. I think that's why I liked Aragon so much when I read it when I was a kid, because it felt like Aragon was written by the exact same kind of like sociology interested, world building obsessed nut kid, you know, that I was back then. Though of course the author for Aragon was a much better writer than I was at 16. Tolkien? Look, I love The Lord of the Rings, but the universe of The Lord of the Rings, the world of it, has never landed the same way to me. And that's because it's a classic hero's journey, right? Lord of the Rings is about people. It's not about societies. You follow characters doing things in like their own experiences, their own adventures. It's not really like an exploration into the politics of Gondor or whatever. All right, stop with, oh my God. I'm muting you for 1 minute, you kraut fuck. Or maybe Dutch, I don't know. Good Lord. Jesus. I don't care if you talk to each other, just good Lord. Big block of hostile tech. How are you only noticing them now? I'm not only noticing them now. I've been very tolerant. I've been Christ-like, I would say, with my patience. High fantasy and dark fantasy are not mutually exclusive. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. There's less of an overlap. Lord of the Rings is so much about the world. Are you kidding? Well, it's about the world. It's not really about society, if that makes any sense. Lord of the Rings has narratives and themes that talk about and involve the world, but it's not very... Everything's political, but it doesn't talk about politics that much, right? Yeah, it's more of a parable, right? Dune is about the politics. Yeah, oh yeah, God, you read or watch Dune, and the whole thing is like an exploration. That's because you like garbage like Aragon? Dog, I read it when I was like 14. Why you gotta scrape the seafloor to find digs in me? You don't have to work that hard. You can just say I haven't read a full book like cover to cover in years. Just attack me with that. It's true. What kind of politics does Dune have? I don't know, fucking all of them. You read or watch it, you can pretty immediately... Have you ever read the existential comic with Noam Chomsky explaining why the elves are evil in Lord of the Rings? No. You can't really criticize the elves for being evil in Lord of the Rings, because again, it's more of a parable thing, right? It's not like a... their decision isn't really fleshed out in a social sense. They're more like creatures of the world. They're like you know, nature oriented. They just feel this like pull to leave the Middle Earth. It's not like there's a big discussion internally or like socio-political conflict. They're just, by virtue of being elves, they're flighty and they want to dip. Why are they so white though? Don't worry about it. I have heard a lot of good stuff about Worm, yes. Whatever happened to the Vaush donation alerts, like toss a coin to your streamer? I've done those for TTS streams, but I actually found it kind of irritating and distracting to have pop-up noises happen while I'm talking about something. It's not a big deal if it happens now, though I still don't really like being interrupted, to be honest. But if I'm talking like mid-segment or something, like something serious, and then there's like a, you know... Sometimes I feel like I even trip into tastelessness by having like little pop-up dono animation play up here, you know? When it's mid-segment, you know, like the little autistic Marcel that pops up, which I do still find quite charming. Worth noting, by the way, I never actually got rid of any of those donation noises. They're all still there. I just have alerts muted. So every time an alert, a donation comes in, I do see the waveform on the alert's volume monitor push up because it's playing the audio. I just have it muted. Did you see a fly? Can't even look in a direction for 2 seconds, man. Say something. It was a 5-second gap. I'm sleepy. I've been getting bad sleep lately. Probably just because we're leading into a... Wow, this Mamdani guy rules. Is the free press trying to go after him?
That Zohran Mamdani has ever posted, and there are 16,000 of them. I've watched and listened to every interview he's ever done, and I found his secret Instagram account that I think he's forgotten about, where his profile picture is this. I've cold called his for...
Seriously? Is this really the... Yeah, okay. I'm sure he's terrified by this revelation.
We're classmates, teachers, and co-members of Students for Justice in Palestine. And no, it's not stalking, it's called journalism. And what have I discovered from all this sleuthing? Mamdani is much more radical than his new polished campaign is painting him out to be. Here are some examples in his own words taken from his Twitter. He's a socialist. He wants to defund the police. And
this presentational style is this is incredibly obnoxious. Who is this for? Because, I mean, pardon me for sort of acknowledging the elephant in the room here, but the overlap between people who are right-leaning enough to want this kind of coverage of Mamdani and the people who like this sort of girl boss BuzzFeed article-esque, now listen here, kind of delivery. Is this satire? If that's the case, then maybe it's working too well on me.
Abolish medical bills. And capitalism is theft. And he once suggested...
Maybe it is satire. Maybe I'm just tired and falling for it. Maybe I'm a fool.
...taking apartments from rich people and giving them to the homeless. And of course he believes the government should provide free housing for all. For more receipts on Mamdani's past, read my piece in the Free Press.
I don't think it's satire. I think it's sincere. Yeah, it's in the Free Press. I don't think it's satire. Vaush want to encourage cat owners in chat to adopt an elder cat, make them comfortable in their final years. So many die in shelters. Tremendously sad way to end the stream, but that is in fact the final dono as I head out of here. Sheesh. I don't disagree though. I don't disagree at all. You know? I mean, once, like, you get a kitten and they're a kitten for like 6 months, and then after that they're a cat for however long they have left, you know? If you adopt an older cat, I really don't think you're not missing out on that much fundamental. Love you all very much. Everyone take care. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? All right. Bye-bye. Drink water.